Hey y'all, it's me, Majora. And I'm out here today with a pleasant surprise for you. This is a video response to the homie Golpain here on YouTube. Golpain has an excellent channel where he does a lot of topic related videos on video games, kind of similar to me. And I really enjoy some of the topics he's come up with. I'm actually going to break this response into two because it's about games that have surprised you now, as comes with surprises. There's pleasant surprises and not so pleasant surprises. Today we'll be focusing solely on the pleasant surprises. Before we do, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more great surprises in terms of content. And also check out Golpain and give him a holler. Let him know what's up. So, one surprise as far as video games go that I was pleasantly surprised by was Knight's Journey of Dreams. Journey. I was not able to play the original version of Knights for the longest time, and I was always somewhat nostalgic about it. It looked kind of like an artistic experience, something pretty cool. And the best I could get was this on the Wii. And I mean, you know, I remember the opening sequence. It kind of has more of a Pixar style, so that can be kind of, you know, a red flag. Is this going to be kind of like a gimmicky game, etc.? And so is it going to live up to the, you know, the authenticity of the first game? And I was pleasantly surprised. The gameplay was enticing. There was still this kind of appeal for playing your best through the level, and still a kind of charm and magic to it. I really enjoyed it for what it was back in the day when I played it, and I'd love to give it a replay. Knight's Journey of Dreams is more than you might bargain for, especially if you get it in a bargain bin like I did. Another pleasant surprise that I kind of didn't expect was, first, that this even came out, and second, that it was halfway decent. New Pokemon Snap is a lousy title, but it's a really good successor to the 25-year-old game at this point, Pokemon Snap on the N64. I have a lot of nostalgia for that first game. And so I was nervous that new Pokemon Snap wouldn't match that arcade authenticity of the original and kind of just the fun, you know, photographic nature of it. But lo and behold, the core mechanics of Pokemon Snap were very much left intact. And I think what's even better about this release is that it takes all of those things that made the original beautiful and applies it in a modern setting so that you have more of the, you know, the whole catalog of Pokemon rather than the first gen. And also these kind of environments are lush. There's new mechanics so that, like, you can enjoy these luminescent Pokemon. They glow in the dark. That's pretty cool. And, you know, I played it with my dad and my girlfriend, and they both enjoyed it as well. It's always nice to see that, you know, one of those games that you can play with the family, you know, it still holds up even in terms of like later releases when you may be doubtful, you may be dubious about, you know, how it will do. New Pokemon Snap is and was a pleasant surprise, one that I'm looking forward to going back to and actually finishing. Another pleasant surprise for me is Hades. I don't like this kind of genre on paper. You know, I mean, I played through some of Diablo 2, and, you know, it's, I guess, how would you describe this genre? I don't have the right word for it, but it's kind of just like a roguelike, I guess, where it's just like constant enemies, and you're trying to progress through layers of dungeons in order to get further. I found it really addicting. There's something about it. Like when I was watching gameplay footage and I heard all the you know, esteem about it, I was like, whatever. It's, you know, this isn't for me. but I actually started playing it. Like I played it on stream, and I was just hooked. I like kept wanting to get further in the dungeon and enhance my abilities within it. I didn't end up beating it. It is quite challenging to get further, but I'm always interested in like building the relationships. It almost takes that kind of cue from Persona, not Persona Q, but just the idea of like building relationships with characters from Hades and using them to your benefit as you progress through the layers of hell. It also has this kind of like mythological aspect to it that's really unique. I do like the character portraits a lot. The character art is interesting, much different representations of Greek gods and figures than you may be accustomed to. It almost applies them in kind of like an anime style, which I kind of appreciate. It's unique. It's cool. It's actually a really good game. And yeah, I was pleasantly surprised by Hades. Of course, I got to talk about this game because I just can't stop talking about it, apparently. It's Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne. So, the pleasant surprise here is that I was able to fully enjoy it and experience it past what I think is kind of like the gameplay hump. There's a few hours into the game that I think you need to get into. You need to get past that passing point, and then the game really starts to open up to you. I had played it on the PS2 previously, not to get very far in it. I didn't even make it like much further than the hospital setting, which is the initial setting of the game. And I wasn't like new to SMT at that time, but I found it a little more drab and uninteresting, and I just didn't like the PS2 hardware. So I committed to playing it once it came out on the PS4 and Switch. Got the remaster, and I'm so happy I did. It's more of a simple or minimalist kind of experience in terms of RPGs, and I think it works wonders. The demon designs are beautiful. The 3D exploration is awesome. It has that kind of classic RPG feel. And you could get lost for hours in terms of the grinding, in terms of the demon fusion, in terms of just hunting for Magatama. I really, and like the music is wonderful. I would just play hours at a time. I even went for a second playthrough. I was very pleasantly surprised to see that I actually enjoyed the game as much as I did. I would almost put it higher than SMT4, but I'm going to have to think deeply about that and probably play SMT4 again. It is a really old school RPG, so if you're into that sort of thing, it's worth checking out. Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne HD Remaster gets my vote of approval. Last one is a very pleasant surprise. I think I have a very biased perspective on games that I care about and I love. And when you ask me what's the best Super Smash Brothers game, I'm going to tell you it's the one on the 64, even though it's the most simple. I can spend a long time just like playing through that game. And, I even go back and play it. It's set up in my N64 right now. So for the longest time, I was very biased against playing Super Smash Brothers Ultimate, especially because it introduces things to the series I didn't want. I didn't want paid for DLC. I didn't want, more clone characters, more Fire Emblem characters. I didn't want to have to learn all these things. It didn't matter to me. And so I didn't want to check out Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I think my girlfriend bought this one so she could play it. And then I've started playing it and gotten really into the Spirit Adventure mode. This might be the best single-player adventure in any of the Super Smash Brothers games. Now, I really liked the adventure mode in Melee. I thought it was like a really, unique way to get to know each character and to kind of play through, the history of Nintendo in a way in these pre-designed stages. This one just throws so many unique challenges at you that I really appreciate. It's interesting. It uses kind of like a sticker system from Super Smash Bros. Brawl. And what it does is like you can equip your characters with things that'll enhance some of their statistics, but you'll also be going against characters and unique challenges. You know, it started off as like Kirby or something because it's HAL Laboratory, and you unlock more of the fighters because they've been like, you know, taken over by Master Hand, and you have to save them, and then it increases your character roster. It's a really unique way to get to know more of the characters, and also to present a lot of interesting challenges in like very like it's almost artful ways, because what it does is it'll give you a challenge that corresponds with the stage, the character you're fighting, and some of the hazards. So you might be fighting like Giga Bowser with, you know, like a fire floor where you'd take damage. Well, you could always equip something to help you prevent that damage, etc. But you know, a lot of unique challenges in that regard. Ways that also like, it's hard for me to put in words. I think it would benefit me if I had like more examples I could pull from. But I really enjoyed what I got out of the adventure mode in Smash Bros. Ultimate. Not finished with it. I'm almost done with it. But the other thing too is like, when I play a Smash Bros. Game, I have a main character that I just like to stick with for the whole time, and I'm stubborn. So, you know, I use Donkey Kong because like I'm proficient with Donkey Kong in Smash. And what I've found interesting is that I enjoy getting to know some of the newer characters. Like I've been digging playing as Simon Belmont. I've been interested in checking out the Splatoon character. Of course, I got my Mario, etc. But it's cool to get to know some of these characters. I am a little bitter that you got to pay for DLC characters like Joker or the Dragon Quest hero. But if it really matters to me, I would get them. It doesn't diminish the quality of the core game that you're buying. There's just so much. So many characters, so many stages, and just the inclusion of a whole adventure mode in and of itself makes it worth it, even if you're not going to play online with other people, or, you know, in a co-op setting with people who are coming over to your house. So as somebody who really enjoys single player games, I have really got my money's worth out of Smash Bros. Ultimate. Well, there you have it. These are 5 games that I was pleasantly surprised by. Be sure to check out Gold Payne's response. He's got a couple good games in there, ones you may not be as familiar with. And let me know what you thought of mine. Video responses are welcome. Just let me know. And thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Laters. Surprise!